Are gacha games pay to win then? If you're asking me, the answer is abso-fucking-lutely they are. It's not even a question. I don't know who the fuck says they're not. Yeah, who's saying gacha isn't pay to win?
There is no question that the gacha scene has absolutely blown up the last couple of months. With new people arriving into the scene, one question is on a lot of people's minds. Is gacha pay to win? I decided to put a poll out to the universe of Twitter to see what people had to say. Of course, any Twitter poll is 100% scientifically sound, accurate, and a representation of the millions of people that play gacha. So I decided to pose the question to my stream. What do they think? You can catch me almost every day on Twitch, link down below. I tweeted out a question, okay? I tweeted out a question like a couple minutes ago. That was, is gacha in 2024 pay to win? I feel in gacha, it's pay to easy, right? I feel it's very much pay to easy.
Are gacha games pay to win then? If you're asking me, the answer is abso-fucking-lutely they are. It's not even a question.
So to everyone who says no, which is like apparently 35% of people already, right? Whoever said no, I want to know why. So I'm very curious to hear other people who say no to this. You can beat the game without playing? True. I say no because I can clear every bit of the game's content and I've never spent a penny on one of my life. I think this is a fair comment. This is why I'm saying gacha feels more pay to be easy than pay to win. The more time you play, the more you distance from free to play and relatability. Is that true though? I don't know if I agree that a time investment in just because you're free to play inherently means you are further away from being relatable to a normal free to play player. Because then you're just talking about someone who just doesn't play the game, right? Someone who doesn't time invest is just not someone who plays the game. Pay to flex? Gacha is more like pay to show off, not win. I agree. I agree with this. People are incorrectly assuming the term pay to win. It doesn't necessarily literally mean you have to spend money to win. It just means converting real life money into game power. See, if you go by this definition, I fully agree. If you go by this term, I fully agree. But I think a lot of people assume pay to win means you have to pay in order to get to the hardest content. Yes, Shinya is right. That is the original definition. Pay to win is a pejorative term. Oh my god, this is so... Let me zoom in. Let me zoom in a minute. Fucking Urban Dictionary. Oh my god. Offers any advantage that can be obtained faster exclusively via commercial transactions. See, I agree. If we're going by this as the official term, yep. I totally agree. It's more pay for power because you don't win anything. True. I mean, because it's not a PvP sense, right? You win in PvP. You don't necessarily win in like PvE unless it's like bosses or end game, right? So in this case, we assume you win the end fights in whatever end game there is, right? Compared to fresh accounts, one is free to play and one that whales. There's a massive advantage. Oh, absolutely. Like it's not even a question. There's not even a question. Pay to win doesn't exist in PvE IMO unless you really can't clear it free to play. So should we have a slightly different definition for PvP versus PvE pay to win? Should the definition be a little bit different? Or do you think it's fine as it is? Just because it's no PvP doesn't mean there isn't some social flex PvP. Absolutely. People compete for clear times, highest damage, etc. outside of the game. A perfect example of this, is zero cycling in Honkai Star Rail, right? People love to zero cycle that game. And really, doing that as a free-to-play player is ass. Doing that free-to-play is ass. I would run with pay to easy because for single-player games, that is what it really is. Most people can full max a 5-star and easily clear harder content versus the person who isn't paying. Okay, let's move the topic slightly. Is labeling gacha pay to win more damaging than it would be to label a PvP game pay to win. If people calling gachas pay to win when you can clear the content free to play, is that a little bit Is it putting a little bit of a light that's shone on the games that's maybe not as fair? For those that are playing, of course. Most people can max a 5-star. Huh? I feel like it just takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of investment for anyone to max anything in a gacha, right? Yeah, it sets up a standard that makes it sound like you can't be free to play. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I've been thinking. By labeling gachas as pay to win, it kind of sets up that state of you won't be able to clear the content unless you pay. Which is very negative, and it puts people in a tight spot like, oh, everyone says, you know, gachas pay to win. I've got to fork out money when you don't, right? When you don't. If you can win without paying, then you aren't paying to win. You are paying to win easier. This is why I like the term pay to easy when it comes to gacha. You're paying to make the game easier for you. Yeah, that's definitely really negative for the game, especially for possible new players. Yeah. Like, especially if you're introducing new people into the gacha scene, a lot of people expect you're gonna have to pay, right? Whereas in this day and age, I think we're kind of blessed by a lot of options that allow you to play their games free to play for a long time. Wuthering Waves is a great example of a game you can play free to play quite happily. I'd even say Honkai Star Rail is a game you can play free to play quite happily. I don't know about Genshin in this day and age, considering how long it's been out. But certainly the games that have been under a year, 2 years, are pretty free to play friendly. If you start Honkai Star Rail right now, it's hell, bro. Not really. You just get the newest characters from the pools that you get and you're fine, right? You do the story, you got Harmony MC, you pull the characters that are coming out, you're good. You pull a Firefly's rerun, which comes out in a couple months, you're solid. You know? The free-to-play new people who join gachas will always have the benefit, because they'll always have the pools and funds necessary to get the current meta characters that are releasing. So I don't really get this point. You need so many characters, though. True, but the characters you pull when you're free-to-play as they come out will be the meta characters, right? It's not like the meta is going to be from a year ago, and you need the year ago characters. It'll always be the upcoming ones, right? Which is why a lot of gachas incentivize new people joining all the time. And they always further a meta every single patch, right? That's what happens. I think people's definition perception has changed over time because it's been universally accepted since the term's inception that pay to win is just pay to advance in the game. I agree. A new player shouldn't expect to clear endgame instantly always. True. How long did it fucking take us to clear MOC to begin with? It took me months free to play. Actually, I'm lying. I'm fucking lying. Why did I say free to play? I fucking paid. I spent money in that game, guys. Why did I even say that? I spent money in that. I spent money in that game. On Geon's, not Geon's, fucking Jiguan's banner. I'm an idiot. I spent money on Jiguan's banner and his light code. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Yeah. I want to hear your take. Wait, where we go? Where is it? All right, boys. The issue I have with it, though, if you do the follow literal route, why would pay to win mean you can't win if you don't pay? People are adding on extra shit to their literal definition. Yo! Anyone have a retort to this? Because I agree. Because I agree with Shinny right here, man. Like, if you're talking about a PvP game, right? Just be better. Just have better skill, right? It's a skill issue otherwise. Just play better and you'll win, right? You can still win without pay to win stuff in a PvP game. If you're good enough, right? If you're good enough. Just win the 50-50, exactly. Just win the 50-50. You still have to have decent artifacts. You can't pay to win on artifacts unless you pay to like max refresh more, right? You can max refresh more and get more artifacts a day. But RNG is still on, it's not on your side. I'm also absurdly high, so I hope my point is coming across. Yo, holy base! Yo, holy base! So what can we gather from this conversation? It seems people are a bit iffy on the term pay to win when it comes to a gacha game. There is definitely a stark difference between pay to win for a PvP game versus a PvE game, and it certainly gives gacha games a more of a negative feeling when you call it pay to win, assuming someone was going to have to spend money in order to be able to clear the content when that simply isn't true. But pay to win does not mean you have to pay in order to win, it just means you could further advance yourself quicker than other people if you decide to do so. Seeing a 50-50 split on opinion on this topic is very, very interesting to me, so I want to hear your opinion down in the comments below. Remember to like this video, give me a sub, and I will see you losers on the next one. Peace out.